Bienvenidos a una edición especial de Lili Sin Barreras. No me ven, porque yo los veo. Thank you everyone for joining us. This is a special edition of Lili Sin Barreras. I have two sisters with me, and you all know that I am from Puerto Rico. I'm part of that Latina community and what they now call the Hispanic heritage. With me tonight, I have two women who put together an amazing event, which I'm really psyched about. And what you hear is a cold. Don't worry. I'm not dying. No COVID. None of that stuff is going on. I got tested. So I didn't want to cancel the show, although my team was like, ay, no, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Suena horrible. Y es la verdad. Pero la importancia de este programa es tanta para mí que me palpita el corazón y tanta de mi herencia que escucho a mi abuela cantar y reír y contar todo lo que ella pasó para llegar a donde estamos hoy, las puertas que se abrieron. But lo que estas personas, estas bravas puertorriqueñas ambas, están haciendo es algo diferente a lo que hemos visto antes. So yo les voy a invitar a ustedes a que conozcan de ambas para que vean cómo nuestras generaciones pues se multiplican, nuestra gente se multiplican, que tenemos todos estos colores, este sazón, este amor. We are beautiful people and we can yell that out in the world. And many of us are multicultural. We have, mixed children. We're like el sazón. We put anything we want in it now. So that's why I didn't want to cancel the show. Hola, Angélica, Dios te bendiga. Buenas noches, Alejo, Dios te bendiga. Compartan para que entiendan lo que va a pasar ahora próximamente. Ambas de estas mujeres yo he compartido tiempo con ellas, las he visto en acción. Respeto muchísimo su trabajo. Ambas la han visto aquí en el programa de Lili Sin Barreras, pero con un propósito completamente diferente, ¿verdad? Pero hoy se enteran de cómo dos mujeres poderosas, con el corazón abierto, con la inteligencia de saber que hay que celebrar quiénes somos y la importancia de lo mismo. So, vamos a comenzar, ¿verdad? Porque yo aquí como que me siento como solitas, porque las tengo a ellas escondidas ahí, nada más yo las veo. So, me siento como media tramposita. So, vamos a empezar por aquí y se las voy a traer. So, we're going to bilingual this up. So we do it like this. So we're going to start here and we're going to bring... There's Aura. Bienvenida, Aura.
Hi, how are you? ¿Cómo están? Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches, buenas noches, buenas noches. Y aquí está Brenda, mira para allá.
Hola, buenas noches.
Hola.
Estamos en buena compañía. Para todos ustedes que no lo saben, hay mucho que decir de ambas y no nos alcanza el tiempo, pero yo les voy a decir lo que dice mi corazón. Estoy fañosa, sí, ya lo escuché, estoy bien, no hay COVID, nada, no se preocupen, no se preocupen. Sí, suena horrible, pero me siento muy bien, lo crean o no. So for all of you who are concerned about my health, I'm doing good. So this is a special edition because these two women are putting together an event that excites me. And I decided also to be one of the sponsors because of the uniqueness of this event. A veces pensamos que nosotros tenemos el mes de la hispanidad para pachanguear, ¿verdad? Para pasarla así rico, y eso es fenomenal. We should, all the time. We don't need a month. We can do it any day we want. In our living room, we can do it. But let's not forget that at one time, we couldn't even present ourselves in our own skin, using our own language, ¿verdad? Caminando con nuestras banderas, porque habían consecuencias para ello. Desde Venezuela, y no se olviden que Puerto Rico es una colonia. Puerto Rico no es un estado, ¿ok? De los Estados Unidos. Todavía nosotros somos una colonia. O sea, es bien importante que todos nosotros tengamos la oportunidad aquí de hacerle preguntas, ¿verdad? And to hear the heart. And the reason why Lili Sin Barreras is bilingual is because that's who we are in this world.
Yes.
We are bilingual. That's who we are. Te guste o no te guste. Así que se baila. Okay.
Exacto.
This is how we do it. So, con nosotros en la primera cámara que están viendo acá, a mi mano derecha, la primera es Aura Alvarado.
Buenas noches.
Aura, Aura es esposa, madre, hija, profesional. Tiene un arte para decorar una cosa ridícula. Una cosa ridícula. Me pone a mí ansiosa. Yo sé muy bien limpiar, pero no decorar. Tenemos a la coach, que ustedes la han visto aquí antes, pero que también hace muchísimo activismo, ambas de ellas, en la comunidad, que es Brenda. Brenda ha estado con nosotros anteriormente, la ven con la parada puertorriqueña, ahora también la han visto con la parada puertorriqueña. So, ellas han caminado en mundos comunes, pero en esta vez se unen. ¿Quién quiere comenzar?
Qué bien te quedó eso.
Sí, porque han caminado juntitas ahí, pero a veces uno camina juntita y no se da cuenta.
Hemos estado por la misma trayectoria en caminos distintos. Esta vez nos hemos unido. Y bueno, en la unión está la fuerza.
Cuéntenme, ¿qué va a pasar este día 12? ¿Qué es lo que pasa? ¿Cuál es el pachangueo? ¿Cuál es el revolú? ¿Qué es lo que está pasando?
Dale, Brenda, dale.
¿Vieron qué rico es esto? Dale, Brenda. Ya estoy en la sala, ya estoy con ellas en la sala. Bueno,
esto ha sido una idea que surgió. La idea estaba y yo tenía la intención de crear este evento hace algún tiempo. Sin embargo, después del evento de Mujer Imparable en marzo, Aura no supo del evento de Mujer Imparable, pero me contacta después del evento y me pidió que nos reuniéramos. Me reúno con ella y ella me pregunta si yo iba a hacer algo que se había pensado hacer algo para el mes de la Hispanidad, y yo le digo, sí, precisamente estoy en ese proyecto, ¿no? ¿Cómo le voy a dar forma? Sí, lo tengo planeado, pensado, mejor dicho. Pero nada, pasó, estamos en contacto, pasan los meses, comienzo a trabajar bien duro con el festival, con la parada, junto con Sammy Vega. Y en ese proceso también estaba yo ayudando a Sammy a celebrar la memoria de su hija Cassandra en Puerto Rico. Estaba envuelta en muchos eventos a la misma vez y ocupada. No le había dado forma, no le había dado fecha, no tenía lugar, no sabía a quién yo iba a seleccionar para premiar o honrar, reconocer. Entonces, después que pasa todo, después que yo me desocupé, le doy un toque a Aura y le pregunto, Aura, quiero hacer el evento, ¿te unes? Así comenzó la cosa. Y ella, oh, sí, chévere, aquí estamos.
Sí.
Ahora, I'm going to abuse the privilege que tú Spanglish conmigo todo el tiempo. No, I think it's a good thing. And I just want to remind everybody que en el mes de la Hispanidad antes era una cosa oculta for us. It was not like we could take out who we were, our skin, or there was times where we were straightening our hair. I mean, there's so many stories about us where we, didn't want to tan as dark as we were. We didn't want to be ourselves because we couldn't. Oh, Millie's over there who we want her curls. One curls. There was a time where we would try to rent housing. And if they heard our accent or heard where we came from, those things were not conducive to making us a good tenant or to having the jobs that today people like Aura or Brenda or Millie or Wanda or Marilyn have. But that had to do with pioneers like the Maria Sanchez of the world, right? But it also had to do with my abuelita. Very, very much with my abuelita. So, Aura, tell me what inspires you to jump on board, because, you are really great at hosting. We just had this conversation last week. Aura puede ser la mejor de las mejores que te puede hacer un evento que eso te sale por... Y Brenda también. Yo no, conmigo no cuenten para esto. Yo no, organizar eventos no es lo mío. Cuéntame, Aura, what motivates you to do this? Because you've been in the community a long time, but this is different for you. This one is different.
Yes. Sí, esto es diferente. It's very different. You know that the last time I was on your show, I talked a little bit about my story, how after the Hurricane Maria and the relief center, I kind of stepped away. You know, I think my heart was broken in many pieces in terms of how people were treating each other. And the so-called, I'm here in your corner uplifting. And really it was the breaking down of, it was really a breaking down of my soul. After the relief center and it closed, and, it just shed light on how I viewed the world, how I viewed myself. And, and I had a lot of things happen. My mom was very ill for a very long time. So, had to learn how to, get back on the saddle after I've been thrown off or been tried to be stomped on. So I think, when I saw Brenda do that beautiful event in March, and again, I didn't know, we don't know everything that's going on. That's, it's horrible. We have this social media, but yet we miss all these wonderful things happening. And I didn't really know Brenda either. I was like, oh, wow, I've seen her, but I wasn't sure, right?
That's another story. That's another story that I knew about Aura, but no, I didn't have the privilege to meet her in person until she reached out.
Quiero hacer hincapié, ahora, perdóname, quiero hacer hincapié, and I want to make this very clear, my sisters, my brothers, my future community, the actual tribe, that this happens all the time. There are many of us out there doing our thing and in our race and in all that kind of stuff, and we actually don't know each other. I've been in this community. My daughter's 33. I didn't meet Aura into Hurricane Maria.
Yep.
She didn't care much for my ways until she met me.
I didn't know that.
No, I and I was, when Lily came with the food, or Anna was the one who brought Lily to my attention. And at that point, I was a little bit sour with how people were coming to the center and, just for the photo op, and they weren't really getting their hands.
She's like, who's this Lily person and why is she going to cook? She better not cook some bad food and throw some crap at her.
Brenda, I was like, I'm not having another fake person here. But let me tell you, I'm so glad that she showed up. But it was those moments, and then, so it's been a journey. So I had this vision, I don't know what to call it. And, I always loved and hated my name at the same time. We've had this conversation because when I came here to Connecticut from New York, from Puerto Rico, I went to school and my name is Aura Luz Alvarado.
Wow.
But when I got to, I know, right? Don't you? But when I got to school, back when I was in McDonough school, they're like, no, they couldn't say it. No one could say Aura, right? To this day, people can't say Aura. But so I became Aura. I was Aura. And, so, fast forward to now to at least the last 2 years of going through a lot of trauma at home and, at work and everything. I said, God, if I tell you the story how I got my name, that's another story. But I said, God, you gave me this name that's supposed to mean light. And I am not shining the way you designed me to. And that's a sad thing to say, especially when I'm supposed to be here advocating for families and, everything. Give you my last dollar. And let me tell you, I met Brenda and I told her what I had written something up, and she helped me put this. First, let me give credit to Miss Millie Texador, because she came to my house one day. She goes, okay, I'm tired of hearing this Find Your Aura LLC. Let's get it on paper. So we signed up back in February. I did the business, the EIN number, everything. But then that's it. I didn't do anything until one day, I don't know, I just decided to call Brenda and I said, Brenda, I need some help. I just need to I'm ready. need that push, and here we are.
So conocen un poquito más de Aura. Yo quiero destacar que nosotros como latinos o como hispanos a veces nos apartamos tanto, ¿verdad? Estamos tan cansados, tan agobiados, pasamos por experiencias muy fuertes y nuestros sueños pueden que se le apaguen las lucecitas un poquito. Lo que me gusta de lo que tú dices ahora es que todavía en tu cabecita por ahí estaba el nombre de lo que tú querías hacer, ¿verdad? Estaba Millie ahí, paque. Por eso que me gusta esa Millie a mí. Paque. Dándote fuerzas y dándote energía y no dejándote olvidar de tu sueño. Eso es algo que de verdad hay que decirle gracias, ¿verdad? Porque uno necesita esa gente. Y no se te olvida el nombre de Brenda. Y la tenías ahí en remojo, como dice mi abuela. Que en paz descanse. Brenda, ¿qué te anima a ti? Porque tú estás, yo no sé cómo tú lo haces, porque tú estás estirada. Así la gente no me ve las manos, pero le digo, yo no sé cómo estas dos la hacen, porque yo no sé cómo tienen el tiempo.
Yo no puedo estar sin hacer nada. I'm a creator. I got ideas and I put them in writing. If I don't have a pen on paper, when I think of something, I grab my phone and I open the notepad and start, typing my ideas, because then they will go like nothing, So I have key people in my life that I share my thoughts, my ideas, and, I put them into work, because ideas are nothing if you don't take action. And that's how I do it. But I pretty much, I'm very, I'm single. I have young adults and I have time in my hands, and I put those hands into work, and that's pretty much how I do it.
O sea que nos quedamos en el Lele porque they know how to do it. That's all we figured out, right? They have a dream. They know how to do it. Brenda's a coach. Aura has tremendous experience.
Always. It was not always like that. I mean, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's a process. People think that success comes from day to night, and it's not like that. Absolutely. It's a process. You need to focus into, you got to be willing to fail, and you got to be willing to.
That's hot stuff.
You got to be willing to be criticized. You got to be willing for someone to give you a dirty look. You cannot be afraid of the no's.
Oof. No's get you closer to the yes. That's my take on that. And if you're criticizing me, you're still looking at what I'm doing. So you're a lot busy on me. You're spending a lot of time on me. For someone who doesn't like me. I want to share with every sister who's here. I will mention your names very soon. We are so honored, grateful that you have decided to join us tonight for these two sisters. Please remember that what they are going to tell you today is just a fraction, a micro vision to what's going to happen at this event. Why did I get excited about it? Because it's unique. It's two Latina women working from the heart. None of this BS crap. None of those kind of stuff. It's really, really hearty and for the people, about the people, but not forgetting our soul. I think our soul sometimes gets so oppressed that we tend to become almost robotic about our actions and our feelings. And we're so worried about what others are thinking and they're feeling, how are they going to accept, project, take in. And we just got to go out there and do our thing. You both are great women. I was telling my girl, Wanda Adlers, who was, with me last night at something I had to do. And I thought, oh, how blessed I am that she's willing to sit here and take pictures. But somebody who's willing to do that. What's going to happen in October? You guys are holding it tight, so tight.
Go ahead, Aura.
Well, so I'm always telling Brenda, I said, oh my God, I guess this is real. It's coming. It's happening. So Brenda had this idea, you know, we were talking and she talked about this event that she had in her idea, in her mind, and it was Arruil tus raíces. And I was like, wow, that sounds beautiful. And you know, we have been talking. I had gone to Puerto Rico for Sammy's daughter's quinceañera, and Gladys was with me, and Brenda happened to be there, and we started talking. And you know, one of the conversations that kept coming up is that, you know, there's a lot of people behind the scenes, like you said, doing stuff that people don't know about. We see the regular people, which there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to clarify, but it's always the same people in the front, in the camera, being interviewed, being honored. And, you know, I just look back into how I was raised, and it was a village, right? There's like, it's not one person. Like, this event is Brenda and I are putting it together, but there's so many people behind the scenes, you know, I get like you believing in us, sponsoring us, even, you know, with the media coverage. So we started thinking about what are the people who don't get recognized, that are on the ground. It's not in your job title, your job description, you know. Like me, I get recognized, but you know, a lot of the stuff I do is with Crick, but the stuff that I love is behind the scenes, or if somebody needs, you know, a coat, furniture, groceries, a gift card, socks. So, you know, so we started talking about some people and we started sharing names and stories. And Brenda said, okay, find me a place. Let's start. I'll do this, you do this. And that's how it's happened. So
yeah, it was really beautiful. I mean, like, Aura couldn't find a better name for herself. Her soul is so bright, and the vibes are so high. Everything have flowed in a way that is really magical. And before I continue on, I wanted to say thank you, Aura. Thank you for being you. Thank you.
Thank you for believing in me.
I do. And there's no way that I could believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Yeah. And although you don't think that you believe in yourself, you believe in yourself more than you do, because you show it. And there's no need words for that. There's no need words for that. And I'm very proud and honored that you got to see that I get a yes from you, because I'm always careful, as Lily knows, and I'm not a person that could work with everybody. And I say that humbly. I work in a very fast pace. And the way that you work and connect with me, the way that we are bringing our energy together, your knowledge, my knowledge, it's been magical. And what people are going to experience there are going to really it's going to be amazing. It's something, like Lily says, that is something that they had never seen. And I'm also want to say, Lily, thank you for believing in us, like Aura said, and for giving us the opportunity, not only to be on your show, but also, you know, you sponsor us right away, and that means a lot. Thank you so much.
Yes.
I know what tickles my heart and my soul, so I have to respect that. Con nosotros está José Vega, Gladys, Rivera, está Madre María Colón, que es mi nieta, está por ahí también la dama Nelva Márquez Green, que hace un trabajo espectacular educándonos e informándonos. Yo la sigo a ella muchísimo, la admiro muchísimo. Por ahí también está nuestra Sheila Lee. Tenemos que mencionar a toda nuestra gente. Está mi mamá. Ay, santísimo.
Oh, mami está ahí. Mommy's watching us.
Exacto, ¿verdad? Está Julia Chacón. Chaconazo,
yes,
chaconazo. Están por ahí. Tommy is with us. So, ellas se lo están guardando, pero vean cómo yo hago mi trabajo. Que le quede claro. ¿Qué va a pasar? ¿Qué es lo que va a pasar?
Hay una sorpresa que definitivamente no queremos lanzar, que allí van a conocer, van a saber. Pero sí tenemos gente extraordinaria de la comunidad que, como bien mencionaba ahora, que hacen cosas que nadie sabe, o son personas que la gente tal vez sabe y nadie las ha reconocido. Nosotros queremos traer eso queremos que conozcan las caras que no son conocidas, las caras que realmente están haciendo una diferencia, están impactando la comunidad, están haciendo un trabajo extraordinario, y es importante reconocerlo porque y sobre todo estar unidos. Esto no es, como yo le he dicho siempre a nadie, y nosotras tal vez somos boricuas, como nos llaman, somos puertorriqueñas a pura cepa. Sin embargo, esto no es un evento boricua, esto no es un evento puertorriqueño, esto es un evento de latinos. Y a eso es lo que queremos. El llamado es para que todos los latinos de Nicaragua, de Honduras, de Panamá, de México, de Venezuela, de Argentina, estén y nos acompañen ese día. Cuando yo estaba analizando el nombre para este evento, surgió el nombre de Ruir tus raíces, y cuando me senté a ponerle cabeza a qué realmente significaba Ruir para mí, y determiné o identifiqué, Ruir es la R de respeto, de unidad, de igualdad, y reconocimiento. Por eso es que el evento se llama Arruir tus raíces.
I think it's so important. So, because we bilingual here, it's so important for us to be able to share with our brothers and sisters of all walks of life.
Yes.
The struggle to get to these happy events that we get to celebrate one another today. That was not an option for us. Okay, 60 years ago. Okay, I was born in 1968. I'm 54 as of Friday. And in 1968, we got a week. And in the 80s, we got a month. Okay, to celebrate all of us together. But in celebration, we can never forget our history. Why are we here? What do we do when we're here? The things that we have had to hear. Like I heard all of my life, you got to tone it down. You can't be so expressive. You can't be, you. That didn't work very well. Because I always ended up working in a place where I needed all of that. But it brought tears. It brought tears and disappointment, and it brought, distrust, systematic distrust. It brought lots of depression for many of us. It brought us from the shyness of applying and competing and doing the things that we really wanted to do with our lives, because there was this message that said, you guys are not all American, right? So this is an opportunity, and I've had the blessing of having my brothers and sisters from all walks of life and from the white American community bless me in so many ways. So I'll keep sharing with you the comments. Now tell us, you put this event together. Sí, me escucho fañosa. I'm okay. People keep texting me going, why do you sound so horrible? Tell us what un poquito, porque están siendo celosas. Están más que celosas. Empecemos. ¿Cuándo es el evento?
Pues el evento I have Octubre 12, and at City Hall. We rented City Hall for this event, and we're gonna give out some awards, and it's going to be our inaugural event. Es el primer evento, y esperamos que con la salud y la fe y el apoyo de todo el mundo, esto se va a hacer todos los años. This is going to be a yearly event, and and hopefully, my goal for this is that the unsung heroes, the people on the ground, la gente que están, todos los días trabajando, buscando, ayudando, que salgan y que para que la gente los conoce. So, no tenemos a todo el mundo that needs to be honored this year, right? Because we just started. But my hope is that everybody gets to know those behind the scene folks.
En el grupo tenemos de las personas que van a estar recibiendo reconocimiento, tenemos personas de Argentina, tenemos personas de México, tenemos personas de Venezuela, tenemos personas de Nicaragua, tenemos personas de diferentes partes de Centroamérica y por supuesto tenemos puertorriqueños. Es un evento de latinos, esto será en el City Hall en Hartford, en el 550 de la Main Street en Hartford a las 5 de la tarde. También tendremos música chilena, música chilena. Tendremos comida, bebida. Vamos a pasarla bien. Vamos a celebrar nuestras raíces de manera unida, con un mensaje de unión y de fuerza y de poder.
I think it's important for everybody to know that if you want to attend this event, it's going to be at City Hall. Now, you said, hey, you know me, this is my job. You rented City Hall.
Yes, this is, I mean, let me tell you, I have to say the people at City Hall have been wonderful. So, you know, but City Hall is a place that you could rent. People have weddings, they have photo shoots and all that. So we rented it because, you know, this is not tied to any political campaign or any one agency. Obviously, I've been in the community a long time. Brenda knows a lot of people. And so people have, you know, we ask, you know, we let people know what we're doing, but we did rent the space because this is
we have the power to do that.
Yeah, we have the power. We didn't ask for anything for, you know, obviously I would have loved to get the space for free, but you know, when you get stuff for free, then you're tied to certain things. So I've learned my lesson, and as much this is our business. I mean, I'm launching Find Your Aura.
You didn't say.
Well, okay. I'm gonna fix it, Brenda. I'm gonna fix it.
What happened? I'm sorry.
Watch me. No, nothing wrong, boo. Okay, you are going to figure out what is Aura's dream if you attend the event.
Okay, yes.
You are going to figure out what this woman and Billy said, no more. No,
Yeah, that was a tease. That was a tease.
Okay, so you're going to find out. So if you want to unveil the curtain and see what Aura's up to.
Oh boy, now the pressure is on. Okay, thank you.
Find out what Aura's up to. That's something. That's something to be there. I like the fact that we recognize.
Gracias por el apoyo. Estoy leyendo los comentarios. Muchas gracias. I'm sorry for interjecting.
No. That's why everybody
said por el apoyo. Gracias por apoyar.
Para el que no lo sabe, José literalmente es mi compadre. El padrino de mi hija. Pero para todos ustedes, yo creo que it's so important, Aura, something that you said. In order to reach our goals, sometimes we have to do things non-traditional at times.
Right.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do get the offer of having things given to us, but I believe that nothing is for free in life.
Yeah.
Nothing. Something is always attached to something else.
Yeah.
Expectations, belief, politics, whatever it is. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget that this is one of the times where you're already receiving all kinds of, flyers and all kinds of bombarding information about elections. So this is a great thing that you guys, and this is why I got excited, to be honest with you, because you were able to separate all of that and say, we want to celebrate the heroes in our communities.
Yes.
Okay. For all of you that don't know, so there will be unveiling. There will be music, which is entertainment. There will be the multicultural, beautiful rainbow that we are in this state of ours. And probably some people will come out of state. You never know. I'm sure if I heard anything about Brenda, she probably has some people who are coming from other places. Why is this so important for you? Because everybody's putting an event right now.
Mhm.
I'll tell you personally why I chose to support this event, because it was inclusive. It was unique, and it was designed to celebrate those that don't ever, barely make it to the podium, if you will.
That was what I get emotional, because that was my first thought when I thought about this event. I thought about this event as being inclusive and unite us, because sometimes we, on our own Puerto Rican culture, we get despaired, or pushed away, or because we're different, because we get jealous, we get envy, and we have to stop all that, and we have to become one, what we are.
Yeah.
And I reached out to Sammy, and I said, Sammy, I'm doing this event, and I give him some ideas, and we put them together, and here we are working with him as well. We're working with Sammy, with CIC, the Puerto Rican Parade. They're going to recognize, they're going to offer, they're going to be presenting a special award on that night to Goya, because they have been providing Goya over the years, through the Puerto Rican Parade. They have been providing over 50,000 pounds of food in Greater Hartford communities, families, and they deserve to be recognized for the support that they've been giving the communities. And here we are, because it's the Hispanic Heritage Month celebration. So CICD is coming, joining us to present a special award to Goya.
I want you ladies to know that you have teenagers here.
Wow.
You have teenagers here, some from Nigeria.
Oh.
That follow the show on YouTube, which is awesome. You have the generation before the three of us. You have a younger generation. So you have a whole bunch of people here that have a lot to offer and come from different walks of life. What I'd like to remind people is that this event will be unique for me, because you're not going there con la capucha that we always go, where we see the same folks, and that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's great. But we have like Gladys, who's around here, who's done, I don't know, 300 jobs, 3,000 jobs, I don't know.
Yeah.
We have people like Millie Texador, who's in banking. Do you know, you don't get a lot of women in our community to talk about finances and understand what that means. And so when I think of Millie, a part of me liking her personally, right, and her spice, I think of very intelligent talent that we have. We have our Jose Vega, I mean, this man has dedicated his life to work with the unsheltered, with the homeless people. He's dedicated his life by choice to do this. Tenemos a mamás como Angélica García, que todo el día se dedica para que sus hijos salgan hacia adelante y haciendo cosas en las comunidades y todo eso. Tenemos a Wanda Ehlers, que es una mujer que se dedica todo el tiempo a cuidar de nuestros niños como directora de un salón de clase para pequeñitos en Head Start. So, hay tanto y tanto talento aquí. Tenemos a Bud Zats, que son los chicos que van a probablemente trabajar con algunas de ustedes, pero son los chicos que yo contraté para esas cosas así que ustedes ven bien mona. Eso no tiene nada que ver conmigo. Yo hago el contexto de todo eso y ellos pues lo ponen así como que bien bonito. So, tenemos muchísimo. Ellos son peruanos, colombianos, o tenemos una mezcla completa. Brenda, me encanta lo que dices, porque yo creo que es bien importante for all of us. Oh, we have Kathleen St. Hours here, which is one of my favorite authors who just retired from being a nurse. And she's amazing, and it's a great supporter of the show and what we do, and we've had her here, and who's not terrified of us. So I think it's really important that we talk about unity and the disparity that we felt, and that we have been feeling for years and years and years among our own communities.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I hope that this event is an opportunity. Well, that's why I'm attending. It's an opportunity for me to look around and go, wow, wow. This is the nitty-gritty of what people go through every day, the challenges, the hard work that goes into all of this. Because what you're going to see is the front stage, right? But what goes behind, all the work that goes behind, all the dreams, all the anxiety that we all have when we create something new, an event. But Brenda, ¿me permites pues destacar algo que siempre me ha gustado, que te lo digo 300 veces, pero lo voy a decir 800 más veces hasta el día que yo cierre mis ojos? Aunque no me hables nunca más. No, te lo digo en serio. Tú has hecho algo que yo nunca he visto en mi vida, in my entire life. You gave yourself an award at one of your events. What the? I was like that. What the? I was like, wow, that was such a powerful statement for the young women that were there. Hell, for the 50s that were there, because I was there and I was like, you know, he's such a beautiful act. I cry prettier than that, I want to think anyway. But that is powerful. How do we inject that into our communities for women like me and for many others to feel like I deserve this award? And it doesn't have to be at that event, but the awards that we can give each other every day.
That comes for acknowledging that you messed up in life. And it's also acknowledging that you are in a different place today. Mm-hmm. And that deserves a recognition. And we don't have to wait for anybody outside of ourselves to give you a hug and say, thank you. Because every stage of our life requires a different personality, a different person. Mm-hmm. And when you continue growing and expanding and recognizing that it's okay to be where you were, and it's even better where you are today because where you were yesterday. So I did it with the intention to impact just like you were impacted by it. Because people don't see that. And people don't understand that it's okay for you to feel proud about yourself. Mm-hmm. And to recognize that it's okay that people don't believe in you. It's okay for you to stand up and say, hey, you didn't believe in me, but here I am. I'm proving you wrong. I believe in me. And here I am. Thank you, Jose. And I mentioned in the beginning that success is not an overnight thing. Growing and expanding is not a day to night thing. It takes time. It takes commitment. It takes engaging who you were and who you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Aura is Aura has an amazing story. Here we have Kathleen's on ours, and I recommend her book to everybody. If you haven't seen her interview, is one to see. The kindest human being who took a horrible experience in her life and tragedy and put it in a book so the rest of us didn't feel lonely. Us that are survivors. So I always recommend her book, and we will have her back. Aura, you have, and I've learned this. I always said to Aura, and I felt almost bad because I hug, and I really hug. And I would not let her hang up the phone without saying I love you. And she's like, oh, this chick is just weird. This
I
chick
do
is
the same
weird.
thing. I do the same thing too.
She's right. I can see it in her face. She's like, okay, talk to you later.
Yeah.
Because that's something too that people are not used to.
Yeah.
People think that they love just the partner or whatever. It's you say to your parents, you say to your kids, but for me, it's a habit. The people that I really appreciate and enjoy their company, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Yeah.
And I mean it. You don't hear me say it all the time. Because I mean it. So it's not something that I gain.
No, I say it when I mean it too. But I don't say it because it's a habit, but I have the habit to tell the people I care about, I said I love you.
Like I can tell you that I adore, love, admire, and respect her Wanda Ellers. And I feel like it's somebody who is brought to me like an angel. And I just adore her. Aura, you have an amazing dream inside of you. You've worked really hard. And just reaching out to someone to help you put together. I hope that everybody who's listening, may you be 17, 15, 18, 54 like me, 80. It does not freaking matter.
No, it does not.
Something that burns in your belly, in your heart, and in your soul, it must be your calling, and you must do it. Okay?
Yeah.
And you must do it. Right?
And can I just tell you, Lily, that I've always been a person that I'm not afraid to ask. I mean, again, maybe I'm not afraid to ask for other people. For myself, it took a while. It took some experiences, but I learned. I have reached out. I've gone to networking events all my life, and I mean, I can count the ones on one hand, or the people in one, maybe three fingers, who've even took the time to call me back. And I may not have all the answers. But if you call me, I'm going to return a call, or I'm going to figure it out. Or I always tell, even at work, I tell my team, if we don't know, that's fine. But tell them you don't know. Don't go silent. I don't know if COVID created this, but have you heard the saying, crickets, like people.
I learned that from last week.
Yeah. I've had this conversation with some friends of mine, like, wow, how do people not even just say, okay, I got you. I'm busy right now. I'll call you right back or something, but you don't hear from people for 2 or 3 days. And I don't know. I just think if COVID taught me anything, and having my mom not recognize us for 8 years taught me, like, wow, we have to talk to each other. We have to check in.
Real talk.
Yeah, we have to check. Real talk. We have to check on the caregivers, and it's okay. You tell me this all the time. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. Millie and Julie tell me all the time, just let it out. Gladys, I mean, I am one of those people that I'm a hostess by trade. Like, I love events, and I want everybody to be with me, right? But that always didn't work out for me. I know Lily's not like me. But I've learned over the years to be exclusive, but still include, if that makes any sense. I mean,
yes, absolutely.
Right? I mean, I'm here. Anybody, even if you don't like me, you need something, call me. I really doesn't. I go to bed. I know where my children are. I know where my dog is. I know where my parents are, right? So, but if you need me and don't like me and you want to work with me, I will still help you. I have no problem with that.
Michael, don't be offended. Don't be offended. You were part of the
mention him. I didn't mention the man, right? Yeah, but Lily always she loves Michael. That's the problem.
I do.
Yeah, but going back to saying those words of "I love you," Lily will tell you the story. I did look at her weird when I have friends who say "I love you," and I'm like, I was not brought up. And again, I have a very loving family. Don't get it twisted, but my father is one of 8 children, 10, I think it is. He was the oldest, and he had to leave school at 6th grade to take care of everybody. So, and then his mom remarried. And so from there, I over time, this was not shared with me. This was shared with me maybe in the last 5 years so it's like that aha moment. Now I know why we act the way we are, why we were taught to say things the way we did. The word I love you was, like, oh, that's like forbidden fruit. That was only for one person or something, right? Even in my own family. So when I started hearing Lily say I love you, or my friend Millie, or I love you, I was like,
what you want me to do with that?
Yeah, I was very silent, and she even said, are you gonna hug me like a real hug? Because I was doing one of these.
We lost Brenda.
But we lost Brenda. No, Brenda, come back. So anyway, so when I say to all the young people watching that are here, to all the wiser, more mature people, those in between, I say that we all have to go through our time. I had someone tell me, because I said, my life is over. I don't think I can bounce back from this. Like, how could anybody do this stuff to me? We've all been there, right? And the person said, your life is not over. You're going to get up tomorrow and you're going to get over this. And, and they were right, because I look back to a year ago even, where, I'm not going to lie, I was not sure I wanted to be here anymore. I'm going to be honest. It's not something I shared to a lot of people. I was in a bad place, and but I had a little rays of sunshine in little pockets. And what I tell everybody is to be open to hearing those pockets. Even if you don't believe them at first, they will start getting embedded in your mind. And where I think that, not to use, because this is not about my name, but when your aura is not bright, you can sense it the minute people can sense it, your family can sense it, your pets can, so for me, and it's no lie, people know that I use my oils to get there. And that's some of the stuff I want to teach people, because you need something. You need a Brenda, or you need a Lily, or you need a Gladys, or or you need oils, or you need your meditation in the morning, or you need your prayer, or you need to find that little corner in your home that it's sacred, that is yours, right? And that takes time. And so I'm still evolving, my aura is not as bright as it's supposed to be. It's gonna get brighter and brighter because of the people I help. Like, I know people, and I know Julie's gonna get mad at me, but I have Julia Chacon here. Let me tell you, that girl is so freaking talented with numbers. And I keep telling her, when are you gonna open your tax business? When are you gonna open, and we just have to keep supporting. But it's when everybody's ready, right? Because you don't want to push people. But that's what Brenda was like, well, when you're ready, I'm here. And it just happened. It's just a natural, I don't know, it's just a beautiful thing when you see somebody do something. And I had a phone call today from a friend of ours, and it was just that. I just said one little thing, and she goes, you know what? I'll call you right back. I'm going to go do that and see what happens. And she called me later, and she's like, guess what? They're going to consider me. I said, there you go. If you don't ask or jump or take that leap of faith, and let me tell you, it's hard, because I have a lot of things in this brain that I have not launched because of fear and self-doubt. But if you are loved, and if you take time to groom and to educate and to brighten that aura that God, or whoever you believe in, I don't want to offend anyone, but that aura God gave us, like, you could see it. Like, I keep praying to God. I said, God, I want my intuitive senses to come out. So when
look at Brenda. Can you see Brenda's face?
I'm so proud of her, because it's
Brenda's like a proud parent.
Yes, that's what we need. We all have a story to share. Mm-hmm. And we all have, I've been in this show, and I appreciate the space and the platform to talk about my transformation and things like that, like I did the other time, but I haven't shared it all. Mm-hmm. I haven't, because I'm not there yet. Mm-hmm. It's a process. It's a process. I'm still in the process of working my shadows. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And things that I'm not proud of yet to share with anybody, until I'm still in the process healing it. Yep. And as I do it, I choose to share that That's that part of my story, because it's still part of my story. But I choose at this moment, because I'm in the process of healing, to share that part of me and that part of story with people that I only feel safe to share it with.
So you see how the conversation here has gone from there's an event for Hispanic Heritage Month, right? No, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. But this is what we really need to celebrate: unity, conversation, transparency, how we can support one another. You recognizing that someone else has a talent, like Julia, que me cae súper bien. It is important for sisterhood and brotherhood to cross over and shelter one another when we need to, and pull us out of our own cocoons when we need to. All right. And also just call us up and say, I see you, I hear you, I'm here. And I think it takes a lot of bravery and work to do that. And I think that with this event, you guys are going to open the door. Jose is already asking me to do a live with everybody. Y como Jose es más grande que yo, pues tengo que hacerle caso.
Yeah.
Realmente más grande que yo.
Jose, make sure you bring your camera.
One of the things that I wanted to say is that there's people along the way, when I started creating and we put this event out there, that believe in us right away. And those are our sponsors that, believe in us and said, okay, yeah, I'm believing what we wanted to bring to the community, and the recognition that we are doing. And this event is about inclusive unity, respect to one another, respect our backgrounds, our roots, right? And that's one of them is Dresser Law. He's always present in the community. We couldn't, at the beginning, we mentioned that we rented the city hall. We did it because the people like Dresser Law, Goya, America Food Baskets, Caribbean Connector, all those sponsors that do so much great in the community, they believe in us and they wanted to give back. And it's important for us to support these organizations in the community that support us. So I'm very grateful that we are doing this event coming along so beautifully. We didn't have to knock in doors. The people came to me. The people came to us to support, and that for that I'm grateful. We discussed before on the phone, Lily, that it's the energy. It's the energy behind the idea. It's the energy behind the it's aura. It's my knowledge, her knowledge. Like I mentioned in the beginning, is everything. The energy came out very, very soft, and everything flow in an amazing way. So for that, I'm grateful. So I needed to say that this is possible because the support that we have from these organizations in the community, which, I mean, I when he came for the donation for the prior to the Puerto Rican parade, I have mentioned to him on the phone, and we went for lunch, and he asked me, are you still gonna do the event in October? And I say yes. And although I didn't have the idea clear yet, but I wasn't going to say no to him. I hope he never listened to this program. After that, he kind of pushed me, and to do that. And then came, Dresser Law. And then a friend of mine she's looking to do something with the Caribbean Connector that is a platform where she wants people from the Caribbean to join into the platform to have, for instance, I give you a sample with the hurricane in Puerto Rico. Many of us have families in USA and in Connecticut, and we still have our families in Puerto Rico. We needed to people to. For instance, my mom needed an electrician, and I wanted to be able to support my mom from here. So I go into that platform and see if I could get an electrician from there. So it's a business. It's a way to connect the Caribbean with the with Connecticut or the USA, and she was needing support with that. And I said, I have the perfect event for that. And she said, oh my God, yes. And so everything flows so easily. I didn't even have to ask anybody. So people came to us, and that's the blessing. For that I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you that have participated today. I urge you, beg you, encourage you to share this show. It's October 12th. It's going to be at City Hall, and this is in the city of Hartford. There's plenty of parking, so don't worry about the parking. It's definitely going to be an event that I'm going to be there for the first time, and my eyes are open. I just want to just take it all in. So it is easy to sponsor something that's going to unite our communities. But I do agree that we should have more of these conversations of how do we understand how we navigate in the world together and what happens when we don't. And I love to say something that I was taught a long time ago by somebody who I love, who now carries her way in heaven. And she would always say to me, baby, you got one life to live. And nobody's going to live it for you.
Yep.
And at a very tender age, I was like, yeah, you got one, I got one, everybody got one. Yeah. But she was talking about how to honor your life and your journey. And whatever Aura does not take away from what I do. Whatever Brenda does not take away from what I do. As a matter of fact, with all the talent we have here, we can start placing phone calls right now. So, and unite communities all over. When you are the expert at everything, I guarantee you're not the expert at anything.
That's right.
At anything.
That's
okay.
Right.
So I want to really bring you guys closer, if you will. If you do want to have this conversation with a bigger group, we can make that happen. We have space for over 100 and something people to do it here on the show. And that's what I like to do. I like to break this barrier that we have of communication. But can I urge you all, if you have the opportunity, to bring a younger person with you? Bring a younger person with you, because I remember getting here, and may she rest in peace, and I know the angels are carrying her, and that's what I believe. I was held by many women, and one of them was Elba Cruz Schumann. Mm-hmm. I could still feel her hand in mine. Mm-hmm. I was so honored to be able to travel places. First board I sat on was with Elba. I was like, what am I doing here? These people have master's degrees. I don't even understand why am I here. And she did a great job at letting me know I was loved, I was seen, I was supported, and I would be scolded when I didn't live up to my potential, which she did very well, by the way. If anybody know her. I want you also to remember all of those women and men who have lost their lives so we can have this channel right here, right now. So when we dance because they protected us. They moved on. I always think of Evelyn Mantilla taking on the torch, okay, and becoming state representative when there were so many ugly things coming towards her. I think of Aguildalis Bermúdez, okay, la negrita de nosotros por siempre, okay. I think about all of these women and men, James Sánchez, que todavía le digo pollo, because when I was desperate in the kitchen, he would find me chicken so I could cook for Puerto Rico. Let's not forget that our differences are smaller than we think at times. Let's not please, never forget and never hear from me that politics are not important, especially now. We're under attack at all levels. I take personal responsibility for that. That's not Aura. That's not Brenda. That's me. We are under attack at all kinds of levels. But you know what attack can't happen? a love attack. And that's the one we need to have. We have to have a love attack on when? October
12.
12.
5
October
o'clock.
12. At what time?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. So a las
And
5 de la tarde. ¿Y cuál es la vestimenta?
no,
Business casual, you know.
business casual.
It's open to
You
people. It's not a gala by
No.
any means.
O sea, me
It's-
puedo poner mi jean
Yes.
con mi chamarra,
Yes.
con mi jacket y pretender. Okay.
Yeah, it's business casual.
I want people to come in and be themselves.
Ah, bueno, voy con mi baseball cap porque eso me fascina a mí.
You know, wear whatever make you feel comfortable and make you feel you, because that's who we are, and that's what we are celebrating, our uniqueness in any of our backgrounds, any of our countries, and that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Y also, I wanted to also recognize the other people that have believe in us as well and come along with the support. One of them is Latin Financial. Sonia reached out and she wanted to be part, and thank you. I want to say thank you, Sonia, for you seeing this live or maybe catching it up later. Thank you so much for your support. Also, Semillas, today they join Semillas in downtown Hartford. Semillas Cafe, right? Is that how
Semilla Cafe, and shop. And also Global Events, my friend Marco, who's always there when I ask.
Yes, we have amazing people supporting this event because they believe that it's so important to you know, Sonia en particular me dijo, it's so important to, you know, this event is important, so I'm supporting that. So she came along and you know, so people are reaching out. Like I said, everything is been flowing. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and just, I know there was a question on the chat. We're not selling tickets for this. This is a completely free event.
Right, it's open to the public.
Open to the public. Now I'm afraid, Brenda, we might need more setup, but it's okay. Everything, I always say, everything works out the way it's supposed to.
Yes.
And like Brenda said, come and be yourself. You be your authentic self. I would love to see everyone's aura as they show up.
Right. And we want to see representations from Argentina. We have a fabulous Argentina que is going to be recognized. Ella es Silvina Martínez. Ella es la gerente de tráfico de Viva Radio. Es amazing. Ella es va a ver, se van a sorprender con las categorías de raíces, porque es algo que, las categorías es algo que tal vez nunca han escuchado, y fue una idea de la mente genuina y poderosa de Aura. Algo por escrito, ella me dijo, los otros días yo pensé algo importante con relación a raíces, so she put it together in an amazing way, and then I took that and I took it to a whole different level. So
she worked her magic. Yes.
You guys are going to enjoy what we have been putting together to celebrate our roots, and this is for everybody, every person that comes from Nicaragua, from Mexico, from España, all the Latinos. We want to see representations in the City Hall, in Hartford, el 12 de octubre a las 5 de la tarde.
Antes de irnos, yo quiero recordarle a todo el mundo que todavía tenemos a muchas personas en la isla de Puerto Rico, donde nosotras somos, todavía sin electricidad, sin alimentos, todavía viviendo bajo esas tarpas azules. Hay una persona, y digo esto en mi espíritu, en el mío, porque este programa, yo lo que digo de mi boca, no se lo pongo en la boca de nadie, que Jennifer González, que está trayendo bastante a Puerto Rico, dinero a Puerto Rico. Esperemos en Dios que todos podamos ver que ese dinero va a las personas necesitadas. También les quiero dar muchísimas gracias a la señora Linares en Costco's, en Naples. ¿Por qué? Porque yo tengo familiares allá y ella me ayudó muchísimo, a pesar de que mis familiares están en Fort Myers, tuvieron que manejar 1 hora, pero ella me ayudó muchísimo para que yo pudiese comprar lo que mis familiares necesitaban para poder continuar con sus vidas. Nosotros somos dichosos, como dijiste tú, Brenda, que puedes ayudar a tu mami. Ahora tú que has podido estar ahí para tus seres queridos, aunque lo tuyo ni te lo envidio, ni puedo pensar en tus zapatos, mi amor. Nada, nada, no tengo ni idea. Y te lo respeto muchísimo. Quiero que nunca nos olvidemos que en nuestros países, Venezuela todavía está sufriendo por lo que llamamos el papel higiénico, la comunicación. Cuba se ha cerrado de nuevo. Okay, Honduras sufre muchísimo, México sufre muchísimo. Cuando nos vamos así a vestir y a poner cachendosos toditos, pensemos en qué podemos hacer por estos países que son nuestros hermanos. Por ejemplo, mi esposo es de Honduras. Mi esposo es de Honduras. Muchos de nosotros estamos, ¿verdad?, entrelazados en nuestras vidas románticas, pero también en nuestra vida terrenal. Nunca nos olvidemos de aquellos niños que están completamente desamparados, porque nosotros hemos decidido que los míos sí y los tuyos no. A mí me encantaría volver a ese mundo. Yo creo que ustedes lo van a lograr con este evento, por lo menos comenzar la conversación de que todos podemos ser parte de esa tribu, ¿verdad? Que da amor, cariño y suspende el juicio de esa forma. El amor es poderoso. Yo no estoy hablando del amor bobo.
Claro.
Del amor que llora en una esquina y no hace nada. Yo no estoy hablando de ese amor. Yo estoy hablando del amor que te saca los ojos cuando te metes con la gente que uno ama. De ese amor te estoy hablando. De ese amor que te acaricia, que te aprieta, que te dice las buenas y las malas. De ese amor valiente que sale en todos esos momentos. Si todos nosotros salimos con el corazón lleno y con esa valentía, octubre 12 va a ser el comienzo. Usamos el nombre aquí de Jeffrey Dressler, pero Jeffrey Dressler's Law Firm siempre ha sido un hermano de nosotros. Desde que yo tengo conciencia. En Connecticut siempre ha sido un hermano de nosotros. Cuando hablamos de Sammy Vega, hablamos del boxeador de nosotros, que tiene un corazón como de marshmallow. Un hombre completamente, y su familia, la familia Vega, digna de admirar. Estas son personas que, a pesar que tengan una posición y a lo mejor hasta Goya, gracias, hasta puedan darse el alarde y pues aquellas cosas pues que uno pues con esa gente no trabajo, son todo lo contrario. Queremos darle todas las gracias a ellos, a todos los que van a ver, pero yo no puedo esperar, yo no sé ustedes, yo no quiero ser chismosa, pero lo voy a hacer. No puedo esperar a ver qué es lo que va a hacer ahora allí. Pero Brenda nos suelta la sopa y ahora menos. Bueno, va a tener que textear a unas amiguitas.
Algo que también quiero dar las gracias es a la gente de Boss Ads, tu gente de que te está ayudando de arte gráfico, que ellos también se han unido a apoyar el evento. Gracias, Lili, por ponernos en contacto con ellos y darnos la oportunidad de poderlos ayudar y poderlos resaltar su marca a Boss Ads, que posiblemente yo también estaré trabajando con ellos pronto, si Dios quiere. Y también, bueno, pues a CT Car Detailing también, que también se ha unido a nosotros. Así que todo también, también queremos darle las gracias a ti, Lili, por el espacio, por la plataforma. También se ha unido a nosotros Boceto Media, City en Vivo, Latino.
Ay, esa niña me encanta. Ella es una mujer, pero yo le digo niña de cariño. Encantadora y muy talentosa.
Y por supuesto, Viva Radio, que también de manera extraordinaria nos ha seguido un espacio. Y el anuncio está sonando ya en Viva Radio, así que sintonicen para que puedan escuchar los detalles del evento. Y bueno, vamos a estar celebrando el impacto y la bondad de nuestra gente el día 12 de octubre. Esto es en el City Hall a las 5 de la tarde y los esperamos a todos por allá.
Para todos ustedes que se preguntan siempre cuando cerramos, gracias. Ahora tú sabes que te quiero muchísimo, que hay un aprecio.
I love you, Lily, I love you.
Corazoncito para ahí, Brenda, gracias por compartir conmigo y por dar la mano. Hay cosas que ella hace que no habla de ellas, o yo no la voy a tirar al medio, como dicen en mi barrio. Pero hace cosas muy lindas y las hace de corazón. a todos ustedes por participar. Pero aquí siempre todo el mundo se gana un premio de $50. Todos los programas que hacemos. Y el de las chicas nos ha costado porque nos han hecho hacer uno en especial. So, ya me dañaron las cuentas. Mili, ¿qué dice? Julia, ¿qué dice? Vamos a la contabilidad. Pero lo que le quería decir es que me gustaría que ese día utilizaran esos $50 para darle una bendición a alguien. Eso no lo vamos a dar aquí, se lo vamos a enviar a ustedes y que ustedes hagan una bendición como ustedes lo decidan, así, porque ustedes son así bien creativos.
Oh, wow.
Para que ustedes lo hagan. So,
muchas gracias.
Thank you.
On behalf of the person that is going to benefit from that, thank you.
Yes.
But we would like to take this opportunity as well that we decided that some of the proceedings that from this event from the sponsors, because like you know, we're not selling any tickets for people to join us, but this event is totally free. But the proceedings, some of the proceedings of these events are going to go to cthelpspr.org. It's Connecticut, ctayudapr.org. Y este website es parte de la gestión, de la gesta que está haciendo CLCD Puerto Rican Parade to collect, to get support to Puerto Rico. And that is cthelpspr.org, ctayudapr.org.
And I recommend to everybody that if your heart is torn, oh, I want to give to this one, I want to give to that one, you sit on your kitchen table, wherever it is that you sit, and even if you give $1 to everybody that's tugging at your heart, you've done your thing. Okay? Prayers without actions, sorry.
Right.
God wants to see us move. That is my belief. Okay?
Sisters, God doesn't move if we don't move. That's how it goes. Unfortunately.
No, I've tried that. It doesn't work. You're absolutely right. I'm like, hey. And he's like, hey. And I'm like, hey.
Yo tengo un dicho que siempre digo, do not ask God to move you do not ask God to move you. No le pidas a Dios que te mueva si tú no estás dispuesto a mover tus pies. Do not ask God to move your feet if you're not willing to move your feet alone. So you have to take action in order to see God blessings.
Kathleen, I hope that you can join me. Let's ride together if you have the time. Kathleen, again, we love you. Gladys, my girl Wanda, deep love. José Vega, Tommy, estoy por aquí. A ver, Billy, que ya la mencionamos, María Cruz. Estoy bien, me siguen preguntando, ¿estás bien? Suenas enferma. Lo que estoy es con una nariz.
Use your breathe. Use your breathe.
I know, yo lo tengo, que es un producto que de hecho compro de Aura porque me encanta. Tenemos a Julia por aquí, a Alejo, a Wanda Allers, a Domis, pero tengo un mensajito aquí bien bonito ahora que quería compartirlo contigo. Pero no llore. ¿Tú conoces a esa persona ahora?
No.
Pero no llore. ¿Tú conoces a esa persona? Pues te voy a leer el mensaje que me dieron para ti.
Oh, boy.
Para cerrar el programa, ¿verdad? Dice, ahora, yo sé que siempre te he pedido mucho, que tú amas a mis nenas mucho desde que yo llegué de Puerto Rico, que hiciste lo imposible para que nosotras pudiéramos sobrevivir. Nos llevaste a sitio, nos mudaste, yo te molestaba mucho con lo que yo necesitaba, tú llorabas conmigo. Cada vez que le dabas un abrazo a mis nenas, ellas decían, ¿y esa tití me quedo con ella o se va a ir? El otro día fui al evento de donde daban los backpacks y no pude darte el abrazo que tú te merecías, pero quiero que sepas que en octubre 12 voy a estar ahí, aunque le tenga que pedir, ponga a Lili. Porque yo quiero darte el abrazo y el beso por todo lo que tú has hecho. Y no te voy a decir quién soy, pero no llores. A ver,
Yo sé quién
ya
es.
tú sabes quién es.
Sí.
Okay. ella me prometió que no te dijera quién ella es. Yo sé quién ella es, tú sabes quién ella es. Ese es el impacto que podemos tener nosotros con una sola persona. Imagínate si bombardeamos el mundo con amor. ¿Algún otro mensaje que ustedes quieran dejar por acá?
Bueno, antes de marcharnos, yo quisiera mencionar que en ese día nosotras vamos a estar compartiendo cómo usted puede ser parte de nominar las próximas personas el próximo año. Ahora yo nos vamos a poner de acuerdo para determinar cuáles son las opciones que tiene la gente para nominar alguna persona que quiera nominar para Raíces el próximo año. Ahora, ¿quieres añadir algo?
Sí, no, claro, nosotros, como dije antes, no sabemos toda la gente que están haciendo lo bueno afuera, ¿verdad? Pero, y es el primero, no podemos give everybody an award, I mean, as much as we want to, pero we're definitely gonna, Brenda and I, we talked about it, we're like, we want to come up with a way that people can send us names and come up with criterias and, and figure it out. I mean, we're going to be figuring this out as we go, and
you
we want
don't have to be a Latino
no
or a Hispanic to nominate someone.
No,
that's right.
No, anyone can nominate. Anyone can nominate anyone. I mean, if we're not looking to support each other, which I just wish we can get out of our own way. Sometimes we would be so far along. And again, I mean, listen, I'm guilty of it too. Like, having assumptions of people, but we learn from our mistakes. And like Brenda said, we're still telling our stories. And that's what this event is about. And I look for many years to come to work with Brenda and other people, right, together. And Lily, you continue doing what you're doing. And I admire you every day because look at you, even as sick as a dog, she comes and gives of herself. And I don't know anybody who does more than I honestly, girl.
No, there's so many of us. You would be exhausted if I mentioned the number. Pero no me quiero ir sin decirle a una amiguita de nosotras que admiro muchísimo, que ha hecho un crecimiento en su vida espectacular, que tuve la dicha de trabajar con ella, que es Sally.
Oh, Sally. Oh, my God. Yes. Sally and Roberto. Oh, my God.
Sally yo no la conocía con Roberto. Sally yo la conocía antes de Roberto y me encanta ver la Sally que yo conocía y ha crecido. Los quiero mucho a toditos. No se olviden, octubre 12. Por favor, tomen las precauciones que necesiten tomar para llegar hasta allá. Si no tienen con quién llegar, hagan el enlace prontito. Ok, dejen saber que necesitan transportación. No las buscamos. Porque así somos en este barrio. No las buscamos, ¿ok? No deje que la transportación, porque sé que el evento es en la noche y ya estamos en octubre, eso se pone oscurito. Los niños pueden participar, chicas, no les pregunté.
Yeah, yes, we don't have alcohol there. Let me make that clear, right, Brenda? We don't. Tenemos beverages, pero no, children are welcome. Again, make sure you just watch your children. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Entonces, si usted puede traer a sus niños y piensa que eso es un impedimento, siempre cuidando a sus pequeñitos, porque obviamente no va a haber nadie que cuide a sus pequeñitos como usted los puede cuidar y no va a haber supervisión para pequeños en esta actividad. De mi parte, que Dios los bendiga, que Dios los acompañe, que el cielo siempre se le cubra de cosas lindas a todos ustedes que nos acompañan. Los vemos el domingo, porque tenemos, ¿a qué no saben? A Jessie Muñiz Poland. Este domingo a las 7 de la noche, otra latina. Ay, eso es horrible. Esa mujer es un desastre bueno. Una belcocha deliciosa que va a estar con nosotros el domingo. Dios me los bendiga, Dios me los acompañe y allí estaré con ustedes, si el Señor me lo permite, octubre 12. Si tienen alguna preguntita, tienen la información, y si no la tienen, mira, ya José dice, Jessie, si no la tienen, por favor, comuníquense con nosotros y mi equipo se la hace llegar, porque yo sé que ellas están súper ocupadas y puede que la comunicación pues en la comunicación en estos momentos tan ocupados, pero por favor háganse cita para que así podamos decir que esto sí es necesario, es importante. Y la sorpresita yo no me la voy a perder. Yo no me la voy a perder, me la voy a perder. Buenas noches a todos, que Dios me los acompañe y que los ángeles me los cubra para siempre. Buenas noches, chicas.
Gracias.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank you. Gracias.
Welcome.